I'm so excited in today's video. As we're getting into is our advent calendar build challenge part 1, and we have a lot to go through, and I'm very excited to showcase this. This is my second year of doing this. The previous year that we did it though, I was sent a message through Instagram and someone recommended I try it, and I did. I don't know where to find it, the original person who created it, so I ended up making my own this year, and I had a lot of fun. I just want to make sure I give all credits to them. This was not my original idea with creating an advent calendar type of challenge, but I stemmed it from last year's and kind of made it our own this year. So I think without further ado, because we got a lot of different rooms to go through, we're gonna go through 12 today and the rest later. So I think without further ado, let's jump into the first one. Room 1, your favorite color. This one I was excited about. I thought this would be kind of easy. It could be whatever you want. I mean, I don't know. I feel like each one of these are kind of hard due to the fact that you are allowed to do anything and it gives you a sense of freedom and creativity. But my favorite color is pink currently. I mean, I think my all-time favorite will be purple, then blue, but currently pink. So technically pink has my third place forever in my heart, but right now I'm in love with pink. Pink's everything, so that's what I went for my favorite color. So I thought I'd do a pink room. Originally, I don't remember what I was thinking for this room. I know what we ended up doing for it was I was like, oh, let's do my office, because my office has all pink furniture, like everything outside of like a few things. I was like, okay, we'll just do white if I can't find it in pink, so or can't afford it in pink to get customized. But I try to make this room as close as possible, but not identical. Obviously, like the layout is, it's a 3x3 room. Each of these are 3x3. I probably should specify that. Oh my god, I didn't do that. Okay, so the whole challenge, I am so sorry if you've been watching this. I am clearly an airhead. Each room will be 3x3, no CC, you know, build it however you want, free range and whatnot. And I will place the advent calendar challenge. I placed it on my community page, but I'll place it here really quickly. And for all the rules and whatnot, but it was kind of just to get us outside of our comfort zone and doing certain builds, and that's what I loved about it so much. So with this one, I knew I wanted to do like pink, obviously, and then I was like, let's do an office. And it's not something that necessarily you'd be utilizing in any Let's Play or like specific house. It's just a fun little room. And it doesn't even have to be a room. I usually make all my rooms because the end goal by, I guess, part 3 is making this all into a house and trying to like navigate it into something. Not that it has to be. I do try to make that my end goal. So I try to make sure I have like a bathroom, a bedroom, just, you know, a variety of stuff. But it also mainly just gets me outside of my comfort zone and pushes me to do builds that I won't normally do. This one's kind of easy. It's just kind of like, oh, like what do I have in my office? I have a lot of artwork. I have like the cat towers behind me. I got like cat toys. I got some plants, and I'm just trying to like deck it out in certain mannerisms as that. I feel it's like a, you know, a good warm-up. I won't lie though, each of these rooms took me averaging like 30 minutes the longest, I want to say, but it was like, you know, from like 10 to 30 minutes. A lot of them took me 30 minutes. I was like, oh my goodness, this build challenge is gonna take me forever. But it was 25. It was a countdown to Christmas, so I know this is very late, and it's not really Christmas theme. It's mainly just like end of year, let's just have some fun and challenge ourselves to do something. So some of these I did these live, and some of these I didn't. So if you're just like here to see some of them, hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if you guys have seen some of these live, hopefully you still enjoy the parts of the video that you're like, oh, I've seen this before. But yeah, so like I got little plushies. I try to clutter it a lot. I do personally, as much as I want to stay organized, my room can get very messy, and I wanted to incorporate that into this room. And if you guys are looking for any of these rooms, I don't know what you need them for, but if you did, they're all up on the gallery. And if you want to challenge yourself, I 10 out of 10 recommend, you know, trying out yourself. I did put it up on my community board. Let me know down below in the comments if you can't find it and you want to like save it or do it yourself. It's just something kind of fun. I don't think it has to have any like time limit like any other build challenge. I would love to see your guys' submissions, so if you guys do submit anything in the future and you want me to see it, let me know in any various way or form, because it's a lot of fun, and I think we should all have fun building. I think a lot of the times I'm building out of necessities personally because I love gameplay, and this kind of helps me have fun with it without going too far, because I feel like if I get too big of a project, I kind of lose way or drive or anything, because I'm not really gonna play in it. And with these, they're very fun in the sense of even though I'm not gonna play with it, it's just like a 30-minute little room build. Although they're probably not supposed to take you that long. It's just I dig forever to find items like postcards, little doodads to cover the desk, and just like fun stuff to like fill up the room. Some of them, like a lot of it, is just debug items I'm digging through, or I'm just like, I want to create a certain story and it got really hard to find anything. For this one, it was just like finding stuff that kind of fit and match. I really like wall clutter. I eventually dreamed to like fill my house with just like art everywhere and not just plain white walls. I think I love the sense of just liveliness. I feel like my room particularly, I'm fine with covering the walls because I know it's not finished, but I love seeing the progress behind me, and like seeing it slowly grow as I like add more and more and more. I mean, every wall, all 4 walls in my room outside the ceiling, you're free, has some artwork on it. Outside of the ceiling, like I said, the ceiling gets a free chance to get away without it. But that is room 1, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Here's the last little tour, and yeah. Now moving on to a room for royalty. This one was a lot of fun, but didn't have a whole lot go into it. Mainly because originally I wanted to add a platform and utilize a throne, and I thought that'd be a lot of fun in the sense of like, I don't know, royalty. Like they're gonna want to be higher up. They're gonna like have like this beautiful like walling. I wanted the beautiful what's it called? God, not archways, but columns. There we go. It took me a fat minute to remember. And they want to be like higher up in a sense of like the royal. They're our highest status and whatnot. But eventually I had to get rid of that due to the fact that when you're uploading these to the gallery, at least individually as rooms, the platform does not agree as a room. So that's really sad. I wish they kind of like figured out, you know, how like they do the mapping of the apartments, maybe mapping it out and saying that this is all that I want to upload. I don't know. I just feel like uploading to the gallery was a little rough with this one, and there's one in the future, not in this video, but there's a theme that's swimming with the fish. And let's just say that one was very difficult to upload to due to the fact of how I created that one. That one I don't change, but this one I eventually do, which you guys can see in the end. I was just trying to upload them all, and I was like, oh, this is so sad, so I had to get rid of it, get rid of the step and everything. But everything else is kind of the same. I really just was like, okay, how much can I fit in here? We got the columns, the giant windows, the lovely, eventually like add like lavish curtains and stuff. We get like little things for drinks and stuff, and I ended up, you guys can't see yet, but I remember placing it in the sense of like the opposite direction of them, so you know they have somebody pour their drink for them. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like a small detail that is like, if you were looking for it, you see it. And then I added like the little night and, like I said, the extravagant curtains, but that was about it. It was mainly just supposed to be like a throne that looks down on others, but kind of just got defeated the purpose, and now it's just a tiny room with a chair in it, I guess. It's still nice, that's why I kind of left it, but it became one of my least favorites after realizing that I couldn't have it on a platform. So I still think it looks okay, especially if they got the drink chair and everything in there. So hopefully you guys still think it looks okay. Let me know what you guys do or would have done if you guys had the chance to, if you don't plan to at least, for a room for royalty. I mean, I could have gone anywhere. It could have been like a nice bed in here, and hopefully your Sims can get in, who knows. But I really wanted to do a throne originally, so that's kind of what we had going for it. So yeah, that's about it for this one. So now moving on to the next, robots took over the world, and this one was a lot of fun. I'm very challenging at first to come up with an idea of like, okay, how do robots, or what am I gonna display? And I think that's what I loved a lot about these prompts that some of us created together and some I created on my own, but either way, with these prompts overall, and I had a lot of fun being able to create this one, because this one you're definitely gonna have no use for and doesn't really make sense. So originally, because like I said, I was looking for items that was like, okay, if robots took over the world, maybe gardening isn't needed as much, so maybe the building wouldn't be made out of wood, and that's where I found like build items from like the Star Wars pack and Get to Work that kind of helped fuel this one overall. And I ended up making a store for robots. I don't know what like, why would we ever need this in The Sims? I don't know, but the fact that I could create it was a lot of fun. And I think this is the parts where the advent calendar just really helps push me and makes me feel like I don't have to build things that are necessarily for our Let's Play. And, well, I can still make content out of it. I'm not just building the build, because I feel like I don't have enough time, sadly, for that. Or at least I lose, what's the call out? Lose motivation to finish builds about those that aren't going to be made into content. So I'm really grateful to be able to have builds like these where I can just have fun, be goofy with it, and create something that we never would have created before, a little robot shop. And it was just so much fun to be able to dig for items that I still don't know what they are for or why we need them, and justify why little robots are buying it, while also trying to, you know, make it lay out and look like a store. It's a very tiny store, obviously, since all of these rooms are 3x3, but we get this little lady and this little robot dude who's working the shop and whatnot, and just like little various items that are, you know, lining the shelves. Who knows what robots are buying? If the world was taken over, like what kind of, like, literally what idea would come to your mind when creating a robot to take over the world room? As you guys will see in the future, though, these rooms can get very, very wonky, and I think the ones in the part 2 are definitely going to be even more wonky than this, so 10 out of 10 recommend keeping your eye out for that one. And if you're new, definitely hit the subscribe button. You're gonna see some very wonky builds, at least in this short little, do I call it a Let's Play? I don't know, this short little build challenge scenario that we got going on. Like I said, some of these were already recorded live and some of these I recorded on my own, but I really wanted to incorporate them all together here so we can all, like, kind of view them and see how they all came together. So I think that'll do it for this one, for the little robots take over the world. Now going on to the secret that should stay a secret, and I had so much fun with this one. So many ideas ran through my head, but in the final end, I really wanted the little dead body marking that I think comes with I think does it get to work, guys? Somebody correct me. I'm not gonna find that ever again, but I do believe it was get to work. I originally thought it came with the apartment city living due to the fact that they have like that one apartment that has it, but I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, I will have to find it again, which let me know if you guys want me to down below in the comments, but came from the get to work. I can easily find it if somebody wants to, but I'm pretty sure it came from get to work. So the little body line we got on the floor. So to quickly share the context to this story as fast as I can in this short little video, my lovely husband gets a lot of gifts from, you know, elderly who are really grateful that he helps with their car. And the joke going around, at least for the stream, and you can always comment if you want to live and be like, oh, is it Barbara? Because I mentioned, I don't know, but Barbara was this very, like, hypothetical old lady who gave my lovely husband one gift too many. And I guess this is what happened to poor Barbara in her old lady house. You know, one secret that I should keep a secret, apparently. And if that doesn't make sense to you, I'm sorry. I'll try to explain better later. But this is kind of what happened, and this is the lovely room. And the little, like, I tried to put a little gift box on the floor. Like, that's the gift that, the last gift Barbara ever tried to give my lovely husband. So, which he thinks is kind of like, we've made that joke too many times, but you know, we like the laughs of it. So this is the one secret that I should keep a secret, and I had so much fun like creating this room for this funny little scenario that we created in chat. So I think that's about it for explaining it, and it's supposed to be like her house, I guess. So yeah. Okay, now moving on to one too many nectar drinks, and I won't lie, I think I had a lot of fun creating this. Kind of because I not necessarily relate to not the concept, but the scenario, but I think it's just something that I got to really get into the environmental, like, creation of it. I don't know how to explain this, guys, I'm sorry. Mainly I'm trying to sum it up to the fact that I had so much fun creating the like dirt everywhere. I was trying to create graffiti on the walls, which I think there's some in debug items. Someone like let me know. I just need to go dig for them because I was trying to make graffiti, like, you know, like bathroom graffiti with like little wall decals that we get, and that wasn't really working out, and I kind of wish I thought at the time of like hunting down debug items. But we had like 25 rooms in total to eventually finish, so I was like, we'll try to make this work. But the main concept is that you had one too many nectar drinks, and this is the bathroom floor that you're gonna end up on. It ended up way more dirty than I intended originally. Like the spider web was really gross, and like this is like a floor you don't want to end up on, but you might if you have one too many nectar drinks, and clearly many people have come to this bathroom with one too many nectar drinks. You don't have to go this concept. Originally when I created it, I was thinking more on the fact of like, you know how James Turner created like, if you watch his content, but he created like a whole basement with so much nectar, it was absolutely amazing. And I was like, oh well, we have nectar now, like we just can have a lot of it and we can make so much money. But I took that concept and took it to the point of like, we had way too many, and I absolutely love the final look of it. I like the grime of adding it. The only downside was the bathroom counters, so this one was a lot of fun. Okay, so we still have a ways to go, but now we're on to debug and base game only. And I kind of just like dug around in base game and debug items that I could find, and I ended up with a lot of just like cluttered items, and I was like, let's do like a woodworking like shop, or like at least like a garage or something that we ended up making into our woodworking shop. And this one was a lot of fun to create because I feel like I don't really create a woodworking shop. I kind of just put one anywhere in my Sims world and we utilize it. So maybe this is a goal for our Benji and our Rent to Riches series. Who knows? I think it'd be a lot of fun considering the fact that like I said, I don't really think about it, and creating this room pushed me to do that, and that's the fun of the admin calendar. So I think that might be where we're heading. But either way, I think my favorite part about this room outside of the woodworking is all the little items I added. I did have to move around a lot because I was adding so many fun items, and I was trying to hide them underneath things and place them everywhere, but just couldn't get around. So I think that was like the one downside of making this room. Was just figuring that out, but I had a lot of fun, and I like the look of it and how it overall turned out. So yeah. Now, I do have a lot of favorites, but this was definitely one of them too, for way too cluttered. And there's a very specific reason why this is one of my favorites, because it kind of developed a habit, a favorite like type of idea that I want to utilize everywhere. And that's kind of just like, I mean, obviously way too cluttering, but specifically with plushies, because I feel like nowadays and age, we all have so many plushies. I keep mine behind me. I wish I'd moved them. I will be moving soon, so maybe we'll see them in a new location soon. Who knows? I don't even know how that's gonna mess with my upload schedule, so, oh god, sorry, I'm rambling now. But this room ended up being like a cutesy bedroom, and I knew I wanted to just overly clutter it with just fun, cutesy things for probably like a young kid, maybe a teenager, or maybe just me. Who knows? Maybe I live here. Probably not with a bunk bed. Unfortunately, I want a, you know, large bed, but we made it work in this tiny room, and trying to fit everything in this like cloud theme, like very like fun, light, airy, considering the fact that it is cluttered to the max. At least I tried my best in the sense of like filling up all the walls, filling all the counter space, while also utilizing like making it feel like very organized in a way. So I wanted to, I don't know how I got this idea in my head, but to incorporate every single plushie that is available to us in every single pack. So I have every pack and everything, and I've like literally pulled out every single plushie we can find, and my plan was to fit it all in this one room. That's where I ended up making it way too cluttered. I also covered all the walls, covered this whole entire countertop with everything that I thought kind of made sense. And I really love the way this room looks. It's like a dream room if it wasn't like so claustrophobic. It's what I dreamed my dorm room looked like if I was organized, if you know what I mean. This room is fully functional. Obviously, like the dresser and everything that's on there and all the plushies. I don't know if we can access the plushies. I didn't play test that. So I will apologize if you're like, oh, can my kid sim still talk to it, or my toddler still talk to it? I didn't play test that, but everything like the desk, the bed is still functioning, even though I try to place so many particular items, as you guys can see with the bb.moveobjects cheat of just trying to like cram as much as possible we can onto this desk. And my kind of method for like all of these rooms particularly is to pull out every item that I think I can use and then placing it in the room. Obviously not utilizing all, and obviously I probably incorporate more as we go, but that's usually my method with the building overall, especially in these rooms, because it was just like, okay, what makes sense? I don't want to dig again. I don't like digging in all the items. It's really hard, especially when you're utilizing debug or any particular item like that. It's really hard to find them. I don't know how people do it. I don't have the patience. Maybe that's why I don't build as much as I would like to, is because there's so many good builds, but it's like, and trying to make it affordable is like, there's free stuff out there, but I don't want to dig for it. But now moving on to my like favorite, like ultimate favorite part about this room is the shelving of all of our lovely plushies. And originally I just tried to fit them all on there, but in the end somebody, I mentioned it and I was like, should we? Probably shouldn't, because I keep spending so much time in this room. But that was to try to like place them within the rainbow of themselves. As you guys can see, I'm moving them around in the best way, because there's not the whole rainbow in each plushie. And I also put a few of the plushies up top on the bed because they wouldn't all fit on these shelves. There's a lot of plushies, but I love the look of it. The shadowing is a bit weird, but I got over it really quickly, so hopefully you guys will too. So I'm excited about this room. It's one of my favorites, and I'm probably gonna keep up with this whole concept of like way too many plushies and like everywhere, and like organizing them in a sense of like on our like shelving on our bed. But yeah, I really do love this one. After doing our favorite color, now we're on to our least favorite color. And I don't know, it's not like I don't like the color, it's just like not one of my favorites. I know, it's really hard to say you don't like a color. Oh, you know what color I should have done now that I'm thinking on it? I really don't like puke green. I really don't. But you know what, I'm kind of glad I didn't do that color now that I'm thinking on it. I ended up doing brown because it was like the first color that came to mind. Orange used to be one of my least favorites, but I'm starting to really love orange lately. Not in the sense of like anywhere near pink and like pastels, but it's getting up there, honestly. So that's why I don't know where I'm going with this. It's my least favorite color, brown. Sure, that's what we went for. And originally I was debating whether or not to utilize this room and make it like nice. So we like, it might be my least favorite color, but look how pretty it is. But I ended up going for like very like grimy, grungy, like not really pretty. And it really ended up having a story within this room, because I was like, okay, I don't know why I ended up with like a furnace, but I was like, that looked really nice. We got like the dirt ground, the like hay on the floor. It eventually ends up being a, whatchamacallit, I thought it was like a Cinderella room, like Cinderella's in here making nectar for her evil like stepmom type of scenario. So that's why we got like the little window up top, like our little window if we can peer out of it for hope and for the light, and just like spider webs, and eventually I'll incorporate like the nectar and stuff. And that's kind of like the story within it. I don't know how I ended up with that, or how we ended up with that at all, but it was a lot of fun to be able to create that in context. And I guess this is like whatever princess's like prison, and she has to make nectar for her evil whatever evil individual that they're making it for them, whoever, I don't know. But it was a lot of fun to create, and I think like these are things that I don't think I normally do. Actually, you know what, creating prisons is kind of my favorite right now in The Sims, so I probably would have done this one eventually, you know, locking up somebody to make us nectar. Who knows? But I ended up adding these little pictures in the sense of like that's the corporation that we're making nectar for. But I think that's about it for this little tiny room. I absolutely love it, and all the little details that come within it. Now for all you can eat buffet, I really don't know what I was thinking when I originally created this theme. I don't know if it was recommended to me or what, literally I have no clue. So it was a bit of a trouble coming up with an idea. I was thinking like, okay, well, where do you eat? The kitchen. And I was like, okay, maybe we'll make like a I don't know, like multiple fridges or I don't know what. Eventually I ended up on utilizing the buffet tables. I don't know what they're actually called, but they're, you know, where you can pay for it and you can get like a full thing of food on it and whatnot, which I eventually do add food for it. And, you know, so it fills when you upload it or download it. I don't know if it downloads with food, but I am going to be uploading it with food after we post it. So it's just like a nice grand kitchen that eventually was like, oh, it kind of looks like a workplace, so I added those posters. But eventually I changed those out for the food posters because I thought that made a little more sense. But this one doesn't have a whole lot to it. It was a lot of fun trying to like push myself to create something for this concept. It just wasn't that clever. It's just a table with a bunch of food and inside of a kitchen. That's as creative as I got with this one. So hopefully you guys still enjoy it, and yeah. For Let It Snow, and this one could have gone so many different ways. I was like, oh, this one could totally go holiday theme if we wanted, but I somehow ended up thinking like, let's utilize every single snow globe, and somehow I ended up with the concept of a snow globes just organized within somebody's office. Don't ask me how this concept came along. Maybe I saw a snow globe, I don't know, and I was like, let's utilize all of them. When am I ever gonna like place them all? I do occasionally, especially with Let's Plays, try to have like a thing that my sim kind of like hoards or collects, or a habit they have. So maybe in the future I might, but I haven't done snow globes yet. So this one was kind of nice, or I have actually. I lied. I just didn't collect them all. I forgot with Disney Princess Tiana, they collected snow globes and stuff. So sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But in this one, I thought Let It Snow, snow globes, perfect, you know, idea for it, and ended up creating like this very organized office that does have a few items that are holiday themed, but very subtle in the sense of like a rug. I was gonna incorporate like lights and stuff, but I ended up getting rid of it because of the window I wanted. But it's just like a nice little office and that has a bunch of snow globes. I don't know, it was like a very unique, different idea, but it works perfect for Let It Snow, and it literally could have gone anywhere. But that's kind of how we ended up in somebody's work from home office, I guess. So yeah. Okay, now for Everything Seems Out of Place. I ended up utilizing a bathroom, or I don't know, creating a bathroom, I should say. And I kind of wanted to go wonky, like, oh, like you start looking at things and you're like, why is that there? That doesn't make sense. I ended up adding this little panda first. I don't know why, I was just like, I have to use him. But I wanted to make it seem like, okay, this is a bathroom, but there's so many things in here that makes, like, why is it here? I mean, the panda was for one. I just love the panda. I was like, I want to use it. When do I ever use this panda? It's kind of creepy, not gonna lie, as it is for, we got carpet on the floor, we got our hand towel by the toilet, we got our toothbrushes by the toilet. I do move the toilet paper by the sink, so very questionable decisions are happening. So really, I'm hoping, like, you think, like, you're thinking, like, things don't seem right when you like download this. I don't know if you ever will or want to. Your poor Sims. What kind of Sim you got living here? One who did not know the way of life, apparently. Who knows? But I just wanted to create it to where it's more subtle of the things that are out of place, and I had a lot of fun with it, and like being like, okay, what kind of makes sense but doesn't make sense? We got like books in here, we got pastries. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like the toothbrush by the toilet doesn't make sense. I ended up adding like important documents, like paper, like I think a diploma, and like maybe like a photo of a really like nice momentum items that you probably don't want in the bathroom particularly. And also I added a giant window because what Sim wants to come out the shower and have its like whole entire life exposed to the window? I mean, if you live in the middle of nowhere, go you. I mean, me, I'd love that. But like if you live in the middle of nowhere, you're still questioning like, is there people looking at me? And you don't want that in the bathroom. So this one was a lot of fun, I'll say. So now for the last one that we'll be getting into today is the 100 Baby Challenge Closet. So the concept of this is like, I don't know, at least when I was originally cleaning, I was like, okay, everything that would have happened in 100 Baby Challenge, you probably like fit in a closet. That's what I was really thinking. But then I like got this idea of like, what if we're doing an actual closet that like maybe you have during the Let's Play, and I was like, okay, maybe a like normal closet, and you're just so tired of your infants crying that you put them in the closet too. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, have you played The Sims? You sometimes want to like throw the infant into somebody else's house and like never look back. Maybe just me, you know, hopefully not just me. Oh my goodness, hopefully. Oh my god, is it just me? But I was just like, okay, so let's get like a normal closet, let's get like a bunch of clothing, like suitcases, because we got a full family, just like stored to the max, without like being overly cluttered. I still wanted this to be usable. So once upon a time it was a normal closet, but you decided to do the 100 Baby Challenge, and that's kind of the story behind it. So we ended up having twins, and they just keep crying. I'm imagining there's babies in there. I could have put Debug babies in there, but you know, you can see those later. I'm not gonna say anything else for that, other than you'll have to check out part 2 once it finally comes out. If it's out, who knows? Who knows when I'll create it. But as for like different clutter items, I just had like a lot of boxes. We got like diapers and whatnot, you know, stuff that we need for, you know, for a little baby. If we're gonna end up putting them in the closet, don't recommend that, guys. Not that I have any experience outside of like in the Let's Play. Your Sims are gonna find them in the Let's Play at least. You know what I mean if you've done the challenge. But that's about it for this little closet and this, yeah. So as you guys can see, we got a lot more rooms to go, and I'm so excited to show you guys like everything that we got going on. Like I previously mentioned, let me know if you guys want to like submit one or some of them still. And I'd prefer if you guys upload them all as like one lot, so it's easier for me to download it and check it out. I'm personally uploading each individual room for the future if anybody wants any of these. I don't know if you do. I've seen some people download some of them. Who knows? But I'm excited to eventually show you guys the rest of the rooms. They get wonkier, some of them at least. And also eventually make this into a house. It's gonna be a very weird house, but I'm excited to do this because we did this last year and I want to keep up the tradition, at least this one at least. So I think that'll do it here for the video. And yay, that'll be it for this video. Please throw a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to this village, welcome on in, guys. I really hope you guys enjoy wonky little build videos like these. And if so, it'll definitely push me to like try more. I know I'm really like, what's it called? Let's play and gameplay or challenges in that sense. I'm more focused towards that, and I do hope you guys enjoy those too. But I definitely want to be able to create more like these, at least doing this tradition of once a year if people like it. So I think that'll be it. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.